Hello everyone and welcome back to Heritage News. I'm your host Stefania Urdaneta, coming back to you after the long summer months. In today's episode, we will be covering the events that have happened so far as we progress into our school year. So the students were actually really excited to come back to school, especially after being home since March due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And registration day was finally held on August 9th. This long-awaited day was finally held, and as students rolled into campus, they were really surprised to see the many changes that had been made. The staff had set up different outdoor registration areas where the parents and students could roll up in their cars without having to get down from their cars, and this was done to ensure that the parents and the kids stayed safe. And I have to say, it was really sad not being able to get down and hug the staff and see your friends and say hi to them. But unfortunately, this is a new normal and we have to get used to it. So as we begin our school year, many students were actually really afraid and many parents were skeptic to bring their kids back to school, especially since we were coming back during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. But thanks to the hard and meticulous work that our staff made, they came up with a very thorough COVID-19 protocol, which is actually being very strictly followed here on campus to make sure that the students and the staff stay safe from COVID. The classrooms have actually been set up to ensure social distancing between the students and the teachers, as well as the cafeteria to make sure that as students eat, they are not too close together. Masks are also required at all times while in the school building, and proper sanitation is being performed throughout the day in the school building and in the dorms. Now, on a better note, to start off our first week, our SE pastor, Cameron Sanders Jr., held a week of worships where he talked about and encouraged the students to become not just leaders, but great leaders for Christ. He gave different examples of young Bible characters where they surrendered everything to God and became great leaders for Him. On the first day, he asked those who wanted to write down things that they wanted to surrender and give up to God, and then we put them in envelopes. Finally, on that Friday night, to culminate the week, we held a ceremony where we were able to burn those envelopes representing us letting go of all of our burdens, letting go of all of our problems, and surrendering them to God. I must say, it felt really relieving to surrender everything to Him and just let go. We truly do have an amazing God. While the students were quarantined during all those months, we actually got to choose our new SA members and we got to nominate and vote for them. The SA members are pretty much the leaders of the school and they also represent the student body. So once the members were chosen and they found out their new positions, many of them were really excited, but at the same time, they were filled with nervousness as they saw the big task that was ahead of them. We actually have the privilege to hear from our very own SA president herself. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Eve with Heritage News, and today I have Gabby Swafford with me, this year's SA president. What was your first reaction or your first thought when you figured out you were going to be president this year?
When I got the email and I saw that I had the position, I was really excited. But at the same time, I was really nervous because I realized with the position comes a lot of responsibility. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but now that I've had the position for about a month now, it's been an awesome experience and I really appreciate it.
That's good. So how's it working with your team?
I have an awesome team. I had been praying about it, and I really feel like God has put a group of young people together that can really do a mighty work for Him. And my team they all have this different point of creativity, and they really bring a lot to the table. And so I just really appreciate them. They're an awesome team, and I'm really happy to work with them.
That's good. So as far as this year goes, what do you want to see happen or see done this year, accomplished?
Our main goal this year as SA is to really make sure that the students are unified, especially under Christ, and we really want to show them a new perspective on Jesus. Most of the time we think of Him as just some God in the sky, and SA really wants to bring a new light to Him and have the students look at Him more as a friend and a father and just really make Him relatable to the students. So.
Yeah. Okay. So this year, what can the students look forward to?
This week we've been doing essay worships. I think those have been going well. God's really been working. In October, we have Week of Prayer, so we're planning those worships. And at the end of it, we have something we call Essay Banquet, and we'll have really good food, and we'll have a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so one last question. Are there any words of encouragement that you'd like to give the student body?
Honestly, I would just say live each day as if it were your last. And the reason I say that is because we're in a crazy time in the world right now. And as teenagers, with everything that's going on, we have all of these different opinions and things being thrown at us constantly. So I would just say, face your fears, be courageous, really hold on to the joyful moments and really cherish your loved ones and just really live your life to the fullest.
So on the first Friday of every school year, a special dinner called AGAPE Supper is held for all the staff and students. The supper was postponed to 2 weeks later from its original date to make sure that everyone stayed safe. Even though the alumni weren't able to join us this year for the AGAPE Supper, we still got to really enjoy our time together in fellowship. So after we ate some really good food, the guys and the girls separated into groups to participate in the food washing ceremony. And I gotta say, it was really nice to be able to pray with one another and sing together. Afterwards, we came together to participate in the communion service where we ate unleavened bread, which represents the body of Christ, and we drank grape juice, which represents the blood that Christ shed for us on the cross. And talking about the cross, a really nice touch that they add to the AGAPE Supper is that the tables where we sit are arranged in such a way that they form a cross. So I thought this was a really nice touch that they do. And by the end of the night, everyone felt very blessed, as well as physically and spiritually full. After AGAPE Supper, the students always get to have a really fun and relaxing outdoor Sabbath where we all load up and go to Pickett State Park to enjoy from a hike and worship. But unfortunately, once again, due to our COVID-19 regulations and protocols, we were unable to go to the park this year. Fortunately, here at Heritage Academy, we have a beautiful campus that made up for the park. We were greatly blessed that day because it was predicted that it was going to rain the whole day. But the day before, we prayed that God would withhold the rain. And fortunately, He gave us an amazing day and amazing weather where the students were able to lay out blankets to sit on the floor and lay out chairs to enjoy the fresh air and the sun. For Sabbath School, we also got to play some really fun interactive games that got us moving and active. And by the end of the day, I must say that we were all really satisfied with the worship talk as well as the amazing weather and being able to sit under the beautiful sun. A week later, the students and the staff were able to enjoy from home suppers. Home suppers is a once-a-month thing where the students get to go to different staff houses and they're able to enjoy a really delicious meal together and are able to get to know each other better and grow closer together. I gotta say, this year was particularly special because as we were about to dig into our scrumptious meals, we had a tornado warning and we were forced to go downstairs to wait out the storm. But thankfully, the warning didn't last that long and we were able to come back upstairs to finish enjoying our meals. Now as we look ahead in our calendar, we can see that we have Purity Weekend and Camp Out as well as CERT training coming up soon. I gotta say, these events will be a great opportunity for students to be able to grow closer together, get to know each other better, and learn many new and useful things. Please stay tuned to hear about these upcoming events. And if you like the events that were covered in this video, please make sure to leave a comment down below, click that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye!